Yeah, can we make Chat GPT just animate our shit for us? Does it work that way?
I don't know if they do video yet.
I don't know if they do video. I mean, they probably could make a series of images, but
yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Nah, basically. Not for long.
Not for long. Because they're going to take over.
Oh, yeah. I want more.
Mm.
Oh, hey. That was me being ChatGPT, by the way. Not me.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
We should come up with some lyrics for that.
Oh, geez.
The
Heine.
R-Town podcast.
I want to touch the honey. Oh, so, hey, Todd. What's going on?
This is episode 50, guys.
Whoa, jeez. Did we do that?
We made it to 50.
We did 50. It's actually 51 because we have a pilot in there, but this is 51.
I mean, and this marks the 1 year anniversary too, doesn't it? This week?
I think next.
Or is it next week?
Because we did it right before Christmas last.
It was like the weekend of like the 14th to the 16th or whatever it was.
Oh,
I think we recorded.
We end today.
I think we recorded the 14th and we posted on the 16th.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right, then I guess it would be about this.
Well done, gentlemen.
Well,
Thank you very much.
congratulations, boys.
Jeez.
Jeez Louise.
I know.
Louise. So
Did I do that?
oh, dude, he's got a new animated movie coming.
Oh,
too.
good. How come ChatGPT makes him an animated movie, not us?
So
He had his time.
Yeah.
The time of our town is now.
So last week I was asked to come up with some stories for this week, and I'm like, sure, I can do that. I could totally do that. And I was going through. I have Feedly, which is like an RSS feed reader from multiple sources in one spot. And I was going through I have a folder called Geek This Week, which is just a lot of nerdy and pop culture type stuff. And these are all the stories that came up. And
nice.
And I was starting to run out of stuff to talk about, so I pulled over to I have this other one called Weird News, and because at one point I was doing a podcast where we talked about just weird shit that was happening in the world. So I grabbed some of those, and all right, let's get started here. The first one I have here, and this is actually from like a couple weeks ago, but it looks like Jay and Silent Bob movie universe is coming. Kevin Smith is working on some new Jay and Silent Bob stuff.
Oh, so not just one film. But
it's going to be like a whole bunch of movies, yeah.
Well, get back to what you know, right?
Right, yeah.
That was his. I mean, he's tried to branch out, and he's done okay with some stuff.
Yeah.
Like the North trilogy, and
he's got one more of those coming.
What's the North trilogy?
It's Tusk. It's Red State. No, Red State wasn't part of it.
No, it's Tusk, Yoga Hosers, and Moose Jaws is the next one coming.
That's right, yeah.
And those are like horror films.
Yeah, funny horror films.
Yeah. Super camp. Like Yoga Hosers was essentially like Clerks in Canada. It was his teenage daughter and her best friend, Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp. Those two were the Clerks.
That's funny.
And they're like 16, 17.
Talking about going back to what you know.
Yeah.
Like, how about
I like his other stuff. I liked Jersey Girl. I liked Cop Out. I liked those movies just because they're fun.
Zack and Miri was great,
Zack and Miri was great.
Oh, sure.
She frosted me like a cake.
And are these films that he directed or wrote?
Those
or
are
both,
some
or?
both.
Okay.
Some of both.
Yeah.
I know Cop Out. I don't think he wrote. Jersey Girl. He did. I think he wrote Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah, he wrote and directed. Actually, I think Seth Rogen had something to do with the
that makes sense.
Zack and Miri movie as far as writing goes, but he directed it, and that was actually, I think, when he first started smoking weed too, because
maybe
Seth Rogen wanted to get high with him. He's like, I don't actually smoke weed. He's like, what, you make all these movies about pot dealers and you don't smoke weed? We're going to fix that. So he spent the last 15, 20 years continuously high. So
he has arrived. And his dialogue is good.
Yes.
He writes good dialogue.
He's one of the best dialogue writers in sort of a pop culture realm.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
it seems really natural.
Yes,
and,
yeah.
He's like Tarantino, but funny.
Yeah. Yeah, Tarantino's a great dialogue
Oh,
guy,
you know,
too.
he really
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But he's not funny.
But he's not fun. Well, I mean,
I mean, in a dark, cold
Yeah,
way. Yeah. Like,
it's not a feel good.
No.
It doesn't make you giggle like, oh, that was hilarious. You're laughing because you
try not to suck any dicks out of your, you know what I mean? It's just great.
It's like,
And the other dude starts following
my
her.
girlfriend, she sucked 37 dicks in a row.
No, it's great. It's funny. I don't know. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm glad. I mean, I love those characters. I love, we came into our 20s basically at the same time as him and
Yeah.
Sure.
watching those movies.
He's like a year older than me. So, yeah. He actually, right now, they're in I think, the Bahamas. They have like a VSQ cruise happening right now.
Oh, that would be fun. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
Jason Lee and Ethan Serpy
Jason
and,
Lee's, I like that guy a lot.
everybody else from Clerks, I think, are all going to be there too.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a big Chasing Amy signed movie poster in my
Oh, nice. That's got the Garofalo in it, doesn't it?
No, that was Dogma.
Dogma had
sure.
Garofalo, yeah.
Yeah, no, this had Joey Lauren Adams, the blonde gal. She was also in Mallrats.
Yeah. She was at the point of Chasing Amy, she was his current ex.
Yeah.
They had just broken up when that movie came out.
Does he have any kids? Kevin Smith?
Oh, yeah.
He's got one daughter. Her name is Harley Quinn Smith.
No, it is not.
It absolutely
Oh, my
is.
God. Hats off to you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of dudes I know snuck Logan in. It's like, well, I know what you mean, right? But wink, wink.
The wife wouldn't allow them to call them Weapon X or Wolverine.
Cal L. Or,
Yeah. Oh, my Kal-El would be great.
Dude, I actually think I know someone whose name is Cal, and I was like, "Is your dad like a Superman fan?"
Yeah.
He's like,
His name's
yeah,
Jor.
Because the last of You Askew would have been Jay and Bob.
Strike Back? Or was there one after that?
Well, I mean,
They did one.
they did Clerks 2 and
Right.
3,
Right.
and then there's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which came out in 2000, and then they did
Oh, jeez.
Jay and Silent Bob Reboot like 4 years ago.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
And that one's basically
Strike Back's funny.
Strike Back is hilarious. Reboot is funny because there's lots of references to the other movies, but it was not written for Gen X. At least I don't think it was. If you've not seen it,
I thought it was just mostly for Kevin Smith fans.
I mean, a lot of the throwback
Inside jokes.
all the throwback jokes are for the fans, but I think a lot of the all the stuff from the younger cast members were not for us. Those were for their generation.
He's branching out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
It's like,
yeah, and Jason Lee was a pro skateboarder.
Yeah.
On like Plan B or something, like a real blind.
Yeah.
Maybe he was on the blind team. Something insane, like a really good team.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, the next story we have, and I saw this. I'm like, okay, this is not the last time we've heard that before. Because Kiss unveils
What?
immortal digital avatars after final show
Oh, my
on
God.
farewell tour.
Cash in now.
Well, they're in their early to mid 70s now, right?
Oh, I guess so.
Like Gene and Paul are in their 70s, you know, and I was telling Charles before we started recording that I saw Dee Snider mention that he'll believe that they're retiring when he sees them laid out in one of those Kiss caskets and they're being buried.
Yeah. Kiss brand casket.
Yeah. So are these digital avatars, are these like the holographic images that are going to continue to tour?
You know, from what I saw, they
Or
weren't
an
like
NFT or something.
they weren't. Well, I'm sure they're going to be an NFT at some point, but these are like digital avatars for like the metaverse. So they're animated looking.
Sure.
Gene's guy is really big and ripped and just. He looks like they.
enormous schlong.
He put his head on like Vin Diesel's body.
Sure. Oh,
You know?
nice. Oh my God. Vin just became our Patreon subscriber.
Right. I don't know, and I'm curious to see I mean, I saw a video clip of the avatars, and they look like if Kiss were like Marvel superheroes.
Nice. Well, why not?
The jacked bodies and all the muscles and the exaggerated facial features and everything else.
Remember the old Cable? Yeah. Is that what we need? That's a great idea. Oh my God. I'm so ripped.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, I don't know. Kiss, come on.
Kiss.
I mean, I don't know. Couldn't they just invest their money and do okay?
Well,
do they have to keep coming back to the well?
He's got so much money
I
now.
would think so, but I don't know that. But I would think so.
Unless he's got an amazing cocaine habit or something.
And their record company, was that Broadway Records? Does anybody know?
Casablanca was the original.
Was that their company, do you know?
No.
Okay. So
they have their own label now, but back then they were on Casablanca, which was like a subsidiary of like Columbia, I think.
Oh, there we go. All right.
But no, his brand logo for Gene Simmons is a bag of money.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I mean, he knows.
He's not shy about it.
He's not shy.
No, and I mean,
nobody.
Yes, no, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna knock the dude. It's not like he didn't tour. How many miles touring does that guy have? 1 million miles?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's a lot of time away from, and I'm sure he did fine, but that's a lot of time away from home, eating really, through the 70s, the food was awful. Right, it's like, oh yeah, no. I mean, he paid.
No cilantro in sight.
Yeah, no.
He probably ate a lot of kosher stuff too.
Been invented yet,
but
I'm sure he ended up doing fine. But you know what I mean. It was not an easy life. There's no way.
I think it was the Mike Douglas show. There was a clip where those guys come on stage, and one of the other guests, I don't know who she was, but she made some reference to them being Jewish, and she's like, I know. And she does this.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, Gene for sure, right? Gene says it all the time.
Yeah.
That's why the bag of money thing's like kind of a double.
Chaim Fitz or something like that is his real name, his given name, and Paul is also Jewish. I don't know about the other guys, but Paul and Gene.
And I don't know if they, had as much fun with groupies as I would like to think they did.
Oh, I'm sure. Well,
because I don't know what they were. Because like people assume that Zeppelin did or whatever, but they really didn't. They were pretty square dudes.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well,
minus the rhythm section. But
well, I would say John Paul Jones is probably the most mild dude, because he never
just what he wants.
Never jumped in the spotlight and stuff.
Yeah, but he's a supremely talented human being.
Yes,
I mean it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I was telling Todd before we got started, because reading through this, that Ace Frehley just came out with a new album.
Oh,
I think the guitar work is pretty good. The lyrics and the song just aren't great. It's very simplistic and
kind of
kind of poppy metal, kind of poppy hard rock, but it's just not good. It's not complex at all.
Let's be fair here. That's kind of like what Kiss was, and it's still to this day.
True.
So it's very simplistic.
So maybe he is trying to go for that same.
Well, and what he was saying is that I'm out of Kiss and I'm not a part of Kiss, but at least I'm putting out new music, every few years, and they're still riding off the stuff we did in the 70s.
1974. Yeah.
It's like, well, it's still paying pretty good, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
the Kiss fans are fanatical too. They'll throw away all their money on anything that has Gene's face on it. So.
I mean, I'm not going to knock them because that's been my dream since about 1974, right? It's like, I'll take just any of it.
And I'll admit that
I'm cash.
I mean, I'm shitting on them, but I'm also like, that is impressive. They're able to put their face on anything, and their fans will buy it.
Yeah, and in a world of stadium, let's go into our Wayback Machine. Because that was, Foghat and Three Dog Night, all these. Because stadium rock kind of birthed itself right then. So how do you really stand out in that crowd when everybody's loud, huge stacks of speakers and giant tour buses and chicks and all this kind of stuff? It's like, well, you put on giant boots and you have giant flames. Fire I mean, they were the first to do that type of super big flashy show, and the devil stuff.
I thought Alice Cooper did that first.
but not on the scale.
Yeah, not on that scale.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, even like the New York Dolls and places like that were doing the makeup
thing,
and the different things, and David Bowie was doing the alter ego stuff,
Sure.
not on that. Just,
I mean,
balls out.
they legit,
they went for it.
They legit just like went all like Marvel with their stuff.
Yeah, they did, and they decided to do the flash over the substance kind of, because like you say, their songs are super easy. I mean, come on, I'm not knocking that. God bless, but David Bowie doesn't write simple shit, right? And et cetera. It's like there were some other, and Dave, I think he was just in a different place.
Oh, and he reinvented himself.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then there's the Brian Eno Berlin cocaine years, which to this day, and I love Dave, man, and David got me through some hard spots. But I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. and then I think this happened last week where Ryan Reynolds took to Instagram and asked the people who were like stalking the production to stop posting photos and stuff. So he leaked a few photos. I don't know if you saw them or not, but he
for Deadpool 3
and one of them he's carrying a bag of money or something, right?
Well, they all have like photoshopped images of like one has like the Predator.
I could see that as, but I could see Deadpool doing that, right?
Yeah. Anyway, just as the character. Yes.
And and I really hope that he actually utilizes this thing in the movie where he like make references to this, and it has Predator hanging out in the background or something, and there was a bunch of other pictures where they weren't even good Photoshop. These were obvious
but
Photoshop.
That's better.
Yeah, and I was like, that's fucking great.
Oh man. I think it's fun. And I bet he's executive producer on this.
Oh,
right?
He has been there since the first one, I think.
So, I mean, there's still teams of lawyers involved, but I'm glad that he's having some fun.
He definitely has fun with this because, Deadpool is basically him. I mean, he's that guy. He's that kind of guy.
Seems like, right? Until he has his Jim Carrey moment someday and gets all like zen.
Where he has a mental break and then decides to not be the funny guy anymore.
Yeah, because I think Jim Carrey was definitely Jim Carrey. Right, it seems that way to me. He was authentically. He was always on. Yeah, and I think Robin Williams.
At some point, he decided I don't really need to do that.
And survived it. Right, I think some people either can't let go of that or.
He's also been doing a lot of art too. He's like paintings and stuff and sculptures and shit too.
Ayahuasca.
Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Jim Carrey.
Not Ryan Reynolds.
No,
I actually went down to Ryan Reynolds'. He's got a brand of gin called Aviation Gin. Oh. And I went down to, and I don't know if this is the only distillery in America, but I went to the one in Portland. They weren't open at the time, but got the whole back room. People were, boxing up bottles of the gin. Didn't give me any, damn it. But he's got like these big murals of him, and they're not like in the entryway. Like if you walked in the place and didn't know Ryan Reynolds owned it, in the customer facing areas, I don't think there's any pictures of Ryan Reynolds anywhere in there. It's a well done place. Yeah. It's a snazzy place. But you go into the back, like in the shipping area, and there's these giant murals of him on the wall. Yeah. And he just, smiled being Ryan Reynolds. And I'm like, what the fuck is this propaganda?
It's like, how
Work will set you free.
you know how he has like Mint Mobile? That's one of his companies. Oh. I have Mint Mobile.
I thought he sold that.
He's still part of it, though.
Okay.
He sold it to T-Mobile, but he still does all the marketing for it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But he, the first year I had it, I got a gift during Christmas from Mint Mobile, and it was a tramp stamp temporary tattoo with his face on it.
Oh, my God.
And then like a postcard.
Nice.
And then this year I got a postcard and some stickers.
Right on.
Stickers.
Everybody loves stickers. Oh, yeah. And if you want stickers, go to our website.
Just
order some.
our-townpodcast.com.
Do it now.
Hyphen. Which I heard hyphen was actually Gene Simmons' real name.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, maybe
hyphen.
That's Chaim.
Gotta roll that H.
It's H-I phlegm. But on the next story I have here is that Rockstar finally released the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. They're going back to Vice City, it looks like.
Geez, yeah, I've never played any of them.
Never played any of them.
Really? Wow, I love those games.
People love me. Was that the original, like, sandbox game? Where it's just an open world?
I think when they stopped doing the top-down version from, like, the old PlayStation days, when GTA 3 came out, it was like a first-person view or third-person view, and it's an open world. You don't have to do the missions, but if you want to unlock things like the other parts of the map, you have to do the missions. But and then after GTA 3 was GTA Vice City, which was like their version of Miami Vice. It takes place during the 80s, so all the radio stations in the car were from the 80s.
All right.
And all the cars look like things you see.
Yeah, it's almost got that cell shaded look to it.
Yeah.
Huh.
They just released the 3 main GTA games on Switch, which is 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. San Andreas was like their South Los Angeles kind of map where you're running around as a gang member on a BMX bike, and
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The nice thing is, and I think is the trailer, doesn't it have Tom Petty in it?
I think so. Yeah.
That
the music anyway.
Using his song, and I don't remember what song they used, but using that has driven a lot of searches for Tom Petty's music. So there's been a new sort of resurgence.
Yeah.
Geez, that's nice.
There's also been some negativity towards it because the main protagonist? Is that the word I'm looking for? The main character?
Yeah.
Is a woman instead of a guy this time.
Oh my God.
So people are mad. So they're mad at the game, not at Tom Petty.
I've got
they're mad at the developer for making the game woke.
Well, 53% of humanity are women.
Have ovaries.
Yeah, so
they're not just side characters you get to boink in your car.
Yeah. It's weird, though, that they shouldn't give you the option, right?
I'm sure you'll be able to... Well, if you do like the online play, you'll be able to create your character whatever you want. But if you're playing the...
Can you get those square boobs like Lara Croft from
the rectangle? The ones that look like the tailgate for the Cybertruck?
That's one of my favorite cosplays that I've ever seen as a woman came in.
Yeah,
she had
the pixel. Yeah, it's fantastic.
She looked like she just put like tissue boxes in her bra.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm excited to see it. I hope
that I played.
Hopefully, it'll be on a console that I own. I don't want to have to buy a new console to be able to play it. So, if nothing else, I'll probably get it on PC.
Side note. But did you go see Duff McKagan at Easy Street Records?
No.
Oh, he was just at Easy Street.
No, I didn't know he was there.
I think that's.
I didn't hear that either, man.
Yeah, that's not after the fact. I didn't.
Yeah,
I would have.
I probably wouldn't have gone up.
I bet it got packed fast.
Yeah,
but people did great,
Easy
really good reviews
over in West Seattle.
Yeah, I guess it got great reviews.
What day was that?
I want to say like Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I was up in West Seattle today. Got to go back on Friday.
And then
that's today for you out there.
That is today.
So he's in West Seattle
right now. As you're listening.
now. Call me.
Speaking of our phone number for the podcast, I got text messages from someone, and it wasn't about the podcast. They were looking to hook up, and I'm like,
sweet.
I'm like, no.
Wait, that's our first groupie.
They sent me
photos. One of
Mike's
stalkers.
Give me Mike's address. Give me Mike's address. Can you put this in writing, just for posterity?
It was just a scam artist. They were trying to get me to send them money, and I was like, I'm not sending you money. I'm not sending you money. You can send me all the fake pictures of other people's boobs you want.
Yeah, you can send me some pirated. I know it's so.
But yeah, I kind of fucked with them for about 2 hours. But
geez, that's something. That's almost worth a few dollars.
I think if I'm keeping them busy, they're not screwing over somebody else. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. So.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah.
Yeah. When my Facebook thing, it got scammed because I fell for a scam. It didn't involve boobs. So that makes me feel better, I guess. I should have fallen for boobs. Inclined to do so.
Yeah. Lately, I've been getting Facebook notifications that somebody, because I've got the 2-factor authentication.
Oh, good. All right.
Good,
I keep getting these emails from Facebook saying a request has been made to change your password, and I'll get like 3 emails in a row. So somebody's really trying, and then I'll be like, "Nope, that wasn't me. Nope, that wasn't me." And then a couple days later, I'll get like 2 more. And I'm like, "Who the hell's trying to get my shit, man?"
It's the Jakarta 9. Come on, guys.
Back off, Jakarta.
Yeah, back up. Actually, you don't hear about stuff like that coming out of Indonesia necessarily. It's like, it's typically Russia and Iran, I think.
Russia or India, yeah. Philippines.
I think the weird phone ones are like, it can be anywhere, but
I got a phone call on my line last week about
did you actually talk to this person, or it was just by text?
By text.
Okay.
Yeah, I had fun with them though. Anyways, I got this phone call and they were like, we wanted to talk to you about your insurance for your blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't have a blah 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 blah. So I said, let me talk to a live person, and I said, I don't have your service, don't call me again. And they hung up immediately. They didn't try to question or nothing.
It's the Iranian Navy trying to get a foothold in Puget Sound.
Don't you see it?
I'm
warning you for years.
But and the next thing I have here is Twisted Metal has been renewed for season 2. Have you guys seen season 1 yet?
No, is that Netflix?
That is on Peacock.
Oh, bummer. I played that video game.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. I love that game.
Yeah, was that PS1?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, that was 1,000 years ago.
Original PlayStation, the PSX. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's it has I can't remember the clown's name, but he's like one of the main characters, the guy with the flaming head and the ice cream truck.
Yeah. And that's got Anthony Mackie as the...
Yeah, he's the main character.
Right.
Yeah.
That's me assuming he makes it all the way through season 1.
He does. He does. Yeah. No.
I sure like Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been working a lot.
Yeah, no, other than the only other thing I've seen him in has been the Marvel stuff. So.
Oh geez, yeah, no, he did. He's my guys who were directed most of season 2 of Loki, season 2 of this last season. Benson and Moorhead, they did a film with him.
Okay,
and it was a cool movie.
So, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2. I have Peacock, so I'll definitely check it out. Huh. But it's if you haven't watched it, it's worth watching. You can binge watch it in one day. I think they're half-hour episodes. There's like eight episodes in total, I think.
Yeah, geez, maybe I'll try to get it. Peacock's just an app, then you just pay.
Yeah, or you can go to the website through your computer if you don't have like a smart TV or whatever. But
a tablet, huh?
Yeah,
I might try that because what other stuff do you watch on there? A bunch.
There's that's all like the NBC stuff. So
all right.
There's also, if you like wrestling, WWE has a huge section on there. Yeah, so
is Zac Efron going to be there?
Oily men in tights.
Yeah, geez, I do. I love it though. And it's because it's the same soap opera storyline. I mean, it just works.
For the last,
how many years? Since Og and Bog first, tricked everybody.
Did you guys ever watch the Young Rock series?
No, I never did, but I know
it's a great series. If you like wrestling, it's great because you see like behind the scenes stuff that. From like wrestlers we watched as kids growing up. So there's stories about Andre the Giant in the show. Yeah. There's a couple instances with Hulk Hogan and like.
Is his dad still around? Rock's dad.
I think Rocky Johnson died a few years back.
All right.
But yeah.
Son did good though.
Yeah, no, that guy's on top of the world. He really is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't. His dad is a bit of a, is always. Doing the game or whatever they want to call it, where he's selling whatever it is he's selling, and he's always got some sort of con happening. So,
I bet it's tough. I bet, especially before it got big money involved, right? When you're just on tour, and I bet it was a tough job, really.
So, I mean, and there's where
do injured football players work, right? It's like that's kind of the thing.
They can else, yeah.
And you see.
Roids ain't cheap.
Various eras of Dwayne Johnson's life, where you see him when he's like an 8-year-old, you see him when he's in high school, then you see him in college, and it goes back and forth. It's not like a linear thing. Each episode has different pieces from different parts of his life in it. It's really good. I think there's 3 seasons of it before I think it's done, but it was a good show. All right, Twisted Metal, and then Stranger Things final season is going to start shooting in January, so they haven't even started shooting it yet. Holy crap.
Those kids are going to be retired by the time they get to it.
They're going to be in their 30s by the time the show's done.
Well, and I mean, they picked a good spot to have a time skip.
I mean,
right? It didn't, although it did look like, no spoiler alert, the invasion had begun at the end of the last season. Right?
Yeah.
So, but we don't know. I mean, you could still do a time skip.
I mean, they at least look like they were in high school in the last season, so they're going to be in their mid to late 20s by the time this next season comes out.
They're wondering where their Social Security benefits are.
Right?
Black box!
I got to catch up. I watched the first season when it first came out. And
oh, man.
That's been
This last season was amazing.
Yeah, I think it's been good television the whole way through. Yeah, no stinkers. One of them had a couple of side stories that didn't go anywhere or whatever, but overall the universe is pretty full.
There was a couple episodes
Winona's doing a great job.
Where you're like, what are they doing? Why is this a thing? Where is this going? And then it doesn't go anywhere.
Sure.
So but otherwise the main story is still the same. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, the characters are endearing. I enjoy it. I am.
All right, and then we have I have a whole section here of what I just called it weird news. I don't know if you guys have a better name for it, but a couple of the stories, they were from a blog that was all about like Florida Man.
No, it's classic.
So
can't you do like a Florida Man search on your birthday or whatever? Brings you good luck.
Apparently, there's going to be a like a obstacle course called the Florida Man Games.
Nice.
Oh my God!
There's a Florida Man Games, a tongue-in-cheek celebration of the memes surrounding the wild news stories about the antics of a guy from that state, frequently while inebriated, will be held next year to determine the most Florida man of all Florida men. Described as the most insane athletic showdown on Earth.
It's the PCP. Remember when the whole bath salt thing was going on? Yeah, I wonder if that's... Hopefully, I mean, that didn't take off like we thought it was going to, and I'm glad. And they were eating faces. Like, what the fuck are you doing, people?
The zombie apocalypse is going to start in Florida.
And what is in... I mean, I hate to get serious because we're joking, but what drives a person to want to be so checked out? Right? It's like...
Lots and lots of trauma.
Checked out.
Lots and lots of trauma.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah,
I would think. That's not out of boredom, right?
No,
you're getting away from something. That this is better than that. The eating faces is better than whatever you're dealing with.
Or it could be, you start out small, right? You're just escaping your day, but then you get deeper and deeper. And
boobs are the gateway drug. I've said it.
But you get deeper and deeper into it, and then it's like, Calgon, take me away forever, right? I just want to be in this non-existent.
And, from what I understand, drugs can be expensive.
Yes.
So I get when you want to get away, but you don't have money, where do you go, right?
Right.
And how far do bath salts get? I mean, I've never, because I don't really bathe, so I don't know much from bath salts.
Is that really what it is? Is the bath salts?
I think they really were a
really
thing.
Was bath salts, and it wasn't like a nickname.
I don't think that was a nickname.
I think
like crocodile or whatever was a nickname.
Legit, like they couldn't get their hands on real drugs, so hey, I have a whole bag of bath salts.
Well, and I think people looking to sell drugs could sell them as bath salts.
Oh my God!
Right, because you couldn't say, "Hey, this is kind of like a meth."
Yeah.
Right, just like they used to have fake weed or whatever.
Lots of that.
Stupid. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's something like that. Just trying to trick people. But and that's the thing. The human body's resilient, so you can. Do all sorts of weird shit and survive it sometimes.
Occasionally.
Oh man, people.
So there was also apparently you guys have seen like smart toilets, right? Where the toilets that are programmed to like spray your butt and
a bidet. You can have a dumb bidet.
Heated seats, and they tell you the news while you're.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would be.
apparently
scent things that blow the Febreze out.
Apparently, one of those burst into flames while somebody was using it.
Oh man, yeah, geez, bummer. Pardon me. Yeah, I mean that's awful.
It says the Yangtze Evening News newspaper recently reported a story of a man from Xiamen, Fujian province, who recorded his smart toilet burning after a suspected short circuit.
Oh man!
Incident occurred on November 10th.
Well,
while the man was using the toilet. At first, it was just the smell of smoke.
Gotta have that GFI outlet installed.
Yeah, well, and I bet the products made in China for China don't have to pass the same.
Probably not.
Right? They don't need to be UL listed.
Right.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, and I know I sound like I dump on China a lot, but I do. And I'm very apologetic about it. And that's not the citizenry necessarily, right? That's the policymakers again.
There's video of this toilet on fire.
Oh, man. Well, remember when not long ago, even the really expensive lithium-ion batteries in, say, our aircraft right down the street, they were bursting into flames. It's like, so, I mean, it does happen. And, I mean, house fires happen.
Right.
They do.
Yeah.
Bummer. Oh, man. But, man, being on the shitter, and the shitter is the cause of the house fire.
Right?
I mean, I've blown a lot of really hot, stuff. Oh, man. That's hardcore.
Wow. Did he get a little burn butt?
Did he stop to take a photo?
He got off as soon as he started smelling he got off as soon as he started smelling smoke, and that's when he realized it was on fire.
Or maybe the triple CP has cameras in everybody's bathroom. Big brother,
or that he just needed for insurance purposes.
Yeah. Right. Oh man, that's rough.
Just in general, that's crazy to me.
And I've never had a bidet, but I really like the concept. And I would name my bidet. You know what I mean?
Friends that have one. I haven't tried it yet.
Nice. Belvedere.
Yeah.
I was
Activate, please.
I was in the metaverse last night. And it was on a world that was kind of like a beachside bar, and these people are hanging around like a bonfire, just talking. This guy's like, "Yeah, a buddy of mine, first time he ever used a bidet, the water was scalding hot.
Oh man!
And he couldn't figure out how to turn it off because everything was in Japanese and he didn't speak or read the language.
Oh, man.
So he goes, he got 3rd-degree burns on his butthole because he didn't want to get the bathroom wet.
What a shitty place, no pun intended, to get a burn.
Oh man, that'd be awful.
Belvedere. I'm going to need you to turn the pressure up on this one.
I mean,
oh man, that's rough.
Apparently, it was at like his girlfriend's parents' place, and it was a very nice place. And he didn't want to be the guy who destroyed the bathroom because he didn't want his balls to be burnt.
Oh man,
yeah, it's crazy.
Well, now he's, getting, if he's got burns, he's going to, they're calling the ambulance. It's like something about Mary's. How do you get the beans above the frank?
burnt beans.
We got a blader.
Oh, man.
So good. Oh,
man.
Oh, man. Let's see what else here.
Poor guy.
The 58-year-old man was convicted of forgery of a public record uttering a forged document and fraud connection with casting a vote. Basically, I think this Trump supporter had his dead dad vote for Trump.
Yeah, man, it's not good.
It's funny how this is happening, and isn't this one of the things that they're always saying that the Democrats are like faking votes and stuff.
It's never on the level. I mean, yes, you're always going to get dozen or so votes that are probably.
It's a handful, though. It's a handful. It's a handful, and there are many robust measures in place as we speak that they can guard for that. And yes, it's fraud, and it's punishable as a felony.
Yeah,
it's a felony. Yeah, right. It's the election fraud that I don't like disenfranchising tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people, right, and stuff like that. That's the real culprit. Gerrymandering, etc. It's like, which has been going on, for quite some time. Neither party's done a fucking thing about it. Yeah, right. It's like, and that's just some criminal shit. Yeah, right.
And a lot of them have gone to the Supreme Court, and they've nope, it's a state issue. Taking it back down. Yeah, so they get away with it.
Yeah. Well, until the feds make a law about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But a bunch of the Voting Rights Act did get just smashed, didn't it? So, because we have the most radical court in, way over 100 years.
Man. And it's interesting, too, not to get too far off subject, but Trump's special prosecutor, Jack Smith, just went to the Supreme Court because he wants to clear out the notion that a president has complete immunity.
Yeah.
So
Where did that idea even come from? I think it's
I'm a king.
Yeah. I think that came from some type of memo at the Justice Department, or maybe that was prosecution or something.
And that's
but
why,
but that's not what? What? They're still
memo.
a citizen of the United States.
Yeah, and
Why
Bill
would he
Barr
be immune?
cited that memo as, we can't prosecute because he's in office.
But so stupid.
Even if
that's right. You can't prosecute a standing president.
If it was a standing president, he ain't nothing now.
Yeah, but that's saying that in his duties as president, or I don't know. It's just so far. I know, because it's duty. It's dog shit. It's obviously non-constitutional.
Yeah.
That's one of the most ridiculous statements I can even imagine. The whole empirical presidency thing is just hogwash. I can't believe it has any traction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see, because they've agreed to expedite it. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but this court's mad.
But it is a mad court, so I'm very curious to see, and I'll be curious to see the individual votes, right?
Sure.
Where Clarence Thomas falls, where Gorsuch falls. It'll be very interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
But anyway.
It's nuts.
Just nuts.
Oh, well. Democracy was great.
I mean,
yeah. And I got to, I'm working with a redneck dude who I do like, right? And redneck's too easy, right? But he's a, pretty radical conservative or whatever. But we do agree on the fact that.
Would you call him a patriot?
No, I think, and he's done a lot, and he's been through a lot, so I can, to some degree see his perspective, right? I just don't happen to agree with a lot of it or the momentum behind the place we're in, but we both agree that if democracy falls in America, if humanity as a species is over, right? Because as America goes, so goes the world, and if we turn into a oligarch, strongman dog shit regime, it's over. It's over. It's over.
And there is a movie coming out. Jesse Plemons and his wife, I think Kirsten Dunst, are both in it. She plays like a photojournalist, and I don't know what he plays, but it's basically dystopian future, and America is fighting a civil war.
Bummer.
Okay.
And I think that comes out in April.
I don't know. It never comes down to it, people. Don't let it happen. It's the powerful just putting us against each other.
Jesse Plemons, that's that guy who did that Black Mirror episode that was like a Star Trek parody, right?
I believe was he? Yes, he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like the guy who ran the computer program that had all these AIs that wanted to be
He's been in a ton of stuff. He was in Breaking Bad, and he was...
He's the guy that people call Meth Damon, because he looks like a methed out Matt Damon.
Oh, man. That's harsh. He's an actor.
You've never heard that before?
I've not heard that before. To me, it feels like... What was the guy that passed away not that long ago?
Which one?
Yeah, the one that actor, and he's been in a ton of stuff. He was in Doubt. He played the priest in Doubt with Meryl Streep and all that. God, I can't think of his name. Anyway, he reminds me of the new version of that guy. And I'll think of the name here in a minute. I can look up Doubt real quick.
The other story I had, it was an Android waitress in China restaurant goes viral, and it turns out that it wasn't actually an AI. It was just well rehearsed, what's
the vacuum cleaner? Oh no, that's Oh no, I thought it was because I saw something of like a little, like those police robots rolling around picking up dishes and shit. But
I posted a video of that. It's like these two videos were giving off the same energy, and I show a picture of that. I think it was in New York City. It looked like a slick Dalek, like a Dalek.
It did look like a Dalek, kind of. Yeah.
But then I found
exterminate, clean the dishes.
I found this video Did you guys ever see that that movie Heart Beeps or Bleeps with what's his name? The guy who played
I don't know that guy.
The guy who played Laka on Taxi. What's his name?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. He did a movie where he's like an android, and they're being chased. They're being chased down by this giant robot, and he's like, I am. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys a video. I can't really explain it, but yeah, this is. It turns people believe that this was an AI robot, and it's not.
It will be soon enough.
It will be, yeah. I mean, it looks. I mean, here's a video right here.
Oh yeah. You want to know how I know it's not an AI robot? Because it's not a sex bot.
Right.
Because that's where all the money's going to go. Sex bots and murder bots.
Yeah.
Which hopefully those two never meet.
Yeah. We were at a hotel in California in August, and they had a robot that would bring towels and toilet paper and stuff to your room.
Really?
So it's just programmed. It's like they would have a little hatch that opened up. It was like a little R2-D2. The hatch would open up. They'd put towels or whatever you ordered, right? Oh, we need some water up here, whatever. And the thing would know to go to your room, and then it would call your room when it was outside the front door. And you open up the door and you see it, and it's like, here, I'm for your delivery. And the little hatch would open up, and you'd grab your towels and stuff, and then it would just work its way down. And it would take the elevator. And then yesterday I was at a retirement community and noticed in their dining room they had a little robot that would go to the tables to serve the trays of food for the old folks that lived there. So it was, I mean, kind of interesting.
Geez, they ran out of Filipinos to hire.
This was cheaper.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, man.
Minimum wage. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Jesse Plemons, I think, is the new Philip Seymour Hoffman. But anyway.
All right.
So I found the video here.
Yeah, geez, I don't know where I am with robots, because the idea of industry is to reduce toil, right?
Yeah.
Progress is supposed to reduce human toil, right?
But unless you offer something for the folks that are replaced, right?
Yeah.
Unless there's some kind of move up for everybody.
Because the goal isn't really to reduce our toil; it's just to squeeze us in every other way.
All right, here it is.
That give off the same energy.
Oh, it's a police bot.
Yeah.
I'm a cop. My crime-fighting computer contains 1 million microchips, thousands of circuits, and a couple of loose wires. I'm the deluxe model.
What are two clips that give off
Who's
the
the
same
bad robot in that clip? Who is it?
That's from that Heart Bleeps movie I was talking about. He was like this robot that was had been charged to bring back those other two robots that had escaped.
You have 10 seconds to comply.
You have 10 seconds to comply, which I have not seen RoboCop since it came out. I should probably revisit that. That's a Paul Verhoeven film, right?
Yeah, and Peter Weller.
I want to see Oscar Award-nominated Peter Weller.
Is he Oscar?
I'd like to think so.
Oh,
he is now. You are now, Pete. I think that guy does good work. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Everything he's ever been in.
Oh, yeah, what's the creepy-ass one? The Cronenberg. He's in a Cronenberg flick. Oh, crap. I can't remember that.
Oh, with what's her face? Karate Kid girl. What was that? Where they had the weird guns that were made out of like goo and stuff.
Kind of fleshy, goopy.
I can't remember the name.
Cronenberg shit.
Are you talking about Existence?
Yes.
Yeah, good call.
That movie freaked me out. Yeah. I was questioning like reality for like 2 or 3 days after watching
geez,
that movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy's good.
I have not seen it since it came out in theaters. I refuse to watch it again because it messes with my head.
Yeah, and Cronenberg famously has worked with the same creative team, kind of like Burton does, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's always the same artistic director, the same.
That makes sense.
It was like if The Matrix were a horror film. Is how I would explain that movie to people. Because instead of having putting on a headset or tapping into the spinal cord up in the base of your neck, it was going into the spinal cord at the right above your butt.
Yeah.
You know,
and in the end, I mean, not to be contrary, but I think The Matrix is a horror film. It's because isn't it
But like,
8.5 billion of us are still like in tubes.
Right.
but
Right.
it was more science fiction than it was like a slasher film or even like a suspenseful thriller.
Sure.
It wasn't. It was more action than
Sure, no, absolutely. But because even in the end, let's just say that Neo wins.
Yeah,
Let's just say, for argument's sake, that he wins. Then what? Because isn't the sky? I mean, there's nothing. How are these people going to eat if you freed these people?
Right.
Right. What are they going to eat? It's like, I don't know. It ain't looking good. So
one of the
Neo's the villain. That's what I'm saying.
one of the other stories I had on the weird news was a woman who enters an MRI machine gets shot in the ass because she didn't disclose that she was carrying a gun.
Into an MRI machine?
Yeah.
A giant magnet.
Yeah, and they always tell you to take off your jewelry and everything.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of ding-dong is that, dude?
This is what it says here. Is a woman's medical exam turned into a literal pain in the butt thanks to a poorly placed firearm in an adverse event report sent to the Food and Drug Administration earlier this year details an alleged incident where a woman was shot right in her right buttock by her own gun.
It made the weapon fire?
Yeah.
I'm curious on how that happened.
I don't know, but she should be charged with a felony.
Yeah, especially if she's got one in the chamber, well, depending on the gun. But.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still endangering somebody else, and that's a really expensive machine.
It says, thankfully, the
What the fuck? I think it's my cord on this thing, man. Although I can't replicate it now.
it might be. Yeah.
No, it won't do it. It's just like taking your car to the mechanic. Yeah, but I mean, and people will say, "Oh man, I didn't even know I had it on me." I think that's grounds enough to be stripped of your ability to have a firearm. If you don't know when you're carrying a potentially deadly weapon,
she knew. She just didn't want to. Disclose
then that's definitely.
Yeah.
But you hear about people. Oh fuck! It was in my luggage,
right,
or something. It's like, dude, it's a firearm. If it's not on your person, it should be locked up. End of story.
She probably had it in like her butt cleavage in the back.
Nice. Well, that's just sexy, Todd.
But but she it says thankfully the injury was relatively.
Put that lady in a monster truck.
The injury was relatively mild, and she recovered just fine.
Oh, well.
I mean,
I don't know if I'm happy to hear that.
But definitely, she should get her rights taken away from having a gun.
Yeah, if that doesn't do it, I don't know.
That's just dumb.
And MRI machines, is that $10 million? $50 million? How much are one of those machines?
Can't be cheap.
It's like bullets can kind of do damage.
Yeah.
Unless it just stuck doing
right into her butt.
I'm surprised they didn't like rip the gun out from her pants and then stuck to the side of the wall.
Yeah, maybe she's got really buff butt cleavage. She does a lot of glute work.
She clenched really hard with
buns of steel.
But you're in a hospital gown, right?
Yes.
You're in a hospital gown when you go in there.
I've never had an MRI.
I've never had one either, but I would assume you do.
I have. Yes, you're in like a gown.
So where's this gun hiding at?
Well, I
don't know, dude. What the fuck is wrong with people?
I could be remembering wrong too. I could have just been in street clothes for all I know. But I do remember having.
I don't know. That blows my mind.
You can't have the metal, so like you can't wear jeans in there because you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I would think you'd have to take any clothing off that has any kind of metal on it because it would basically pull your clothes right off your body.
I would think, and or cause damage to you or the machine, right? Let alone.
Can you imagine?
I remember years ago they were going to use MRIs, like take a specific type of pellet and get it into your body near like cancer cells or whatever, and then you can direct the MRI magnet in such a way that you use whatever that material is to kind of erase those cells.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Because it was just a bonkers technology that was kind of coming online.
That sounds like science fiction to me, man.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's just a side aspect of that magnet, right? Again, with the magnets. But it's really neat because you can get super precise with it.
You're going to kill us all with your goddamn magnets.
Magnets? How do they work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you guys seen that?
Nobody really knows, actually.
Scientists do.
Not really. Or at least all the aspects to them. I remember a number of years ago, I read Isaac Asimov's book about electromagnetism, and it's still, they know what they do, just like gravity. We know what it does. We don't know why. Right? That's the thing.
There was I saw an interview on, I don't remember what show it was, but it was, they had Violent J on this radio program or podcast.
God bless
whatever.
him. Oh, yeah.
And then host of Cosmos, and I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name right now.
Sagan?
No, the current host.
Oh, the current
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson came on, and they
Neil
go
Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
NPH out. That'd be cool. But no, they go, well, Shaggy or Violent J has a question for you about magnets, and Jay's like, wait, I do? Because they have a song where they talk about magnets. How do they work? Is it a miracle? No, science knows how that shit works. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson actually explains how magnets work and how whatever else, and it's like, yeah, it's not magic.
No, it's not magic, but
it's definitely science.
Yeah. But then why is electricity involved? Why can you never divorce electricity from magnetism or magnetism from electricity?
I think, aren't they connected somehow?
Well, that's the $64,000 question. Yeah, the somehow is the hard part.
Right. Yeah. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know.
No, but I sure like Isaac Asimov. His writings, anyway. I guess he pinched a lot of behinds in his day, but it was a different time.
Then on to the next section, which is local news. I grabbed a few stories here.
And was there, local news aside, was there really a time when you could just slap ladies on the butt?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That was like before the 60s.
Yeah.
And even if they did complain, there's nothing they could have done about it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
And then, there's a few stories here. First one is, do you guys hear about this?
Yeah,
new
I heard a whole
thing?
bunch about it, and it's just interesting to me.
Why would they want to replace? Are they trying to get rid of the nude beach? Is that
Positively, absolutely, positively. But because it's not a sanctioned event at that park, right? It's like there's not places you can just go be naked because you want to go be naked there. But evidently, this is one, and it's beloved by. And the part that kind of got me, it's a beloved space for our LGBTQ, right? Yeah. It's like some. Not every single person in that pantheon wants to be publicly naked. Right?
Yeah.
Some do.
Yeah.
Some don't.
It's like that adage that gay people must be perverted at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
or promiscuous. Or, right? It's like, and those are just, to me, all of the people in that whole community are people.
Right.
So it's like some like this, some don't, some this, some the other. It's like, so that had caught me a little funny, right? That, I'm sure the people who are into public nudity like it, or some, I guess, I don't know. But it's not, everybody has to play by some type of rules. If you want it to be a nude beach, then petition to get it to be a nude beach, right? And evidently it's set up a really good way for that, because it's out of sight.
It is, yeah.
And stuff like that.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it in a place where, if you're driving past the beach, are you going to see a bunch of naked people?
You have to be there to see it, and that's why it makes zero or very little sense to make it a kids park, because then you don't see your kids next to the water, right? Which seems like a bad idea, right? It's like, if you're going to have your kids near a beach, you should be able to see them.
Did somebody petition Seattle Parks and Recreation to put a playfield there?
Yes, because that's how you kick the gays out.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I just thought it was weird that they were,
because that's been done before, where they take because some people like to have sex in public parks, and so often communities will get together and put a dog park there or something, you know what I mean, to where it just kind of busts the groove up. But it's also like, I don't know, man, we all got to play by rules, dude.
Some people raise their kids, not to question the nudity, right? It's not that big of a deal.
And I tend to agree with that overall. Right?
Yeah, sure. And then they grow up, not thinking it's a big deal. But like you said, I mean, if you want it to be a nude beach, petition, make it a nude beach, get it on the ballot, get people to vote for it. Great.
Yeah, and I bet there's a bunch of private beaches where you could get, 2 weekends out of the month. Right, or something like that, or even public spaces, whatever. But just to do it and then say you can't stop me from doing this is a little weird to me. It's like, or everybody's going to do. Well, I'm going to go shoot my gun at that. No, I almost,
Sorry about
You're
that.
talking about shooting.
Yeah. Good timing. You know what I
Bad
mean?
timing.
You can't just decide what I'm going to do with
Right.
public spaces because they're for everyone. So you have to go through the steps to fucking get shit to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not besmirching anybody by saying that. That's the same. It's supposed to be
Right.
the same for everybody.
Sorry about
right?
that, guys. I was actually trying to silence my phone when that went off.
Oh.
Scared myself.
Ironic.
But yeah, and then so there's some other stories here. The guy who's been
But I need to know exactly where these people are having sex in public parks. Hey, guy.
isn't it the volunteer park? Isn't the volunteer park up on
I
Capitol Hill?
have no idea. But I was thinking about, isn't that something about Mary also? Where Ben Stiller's going to take a pee or something, and the cops show up, and like 200 dudes run out of the grass at the rest stop.
Oh, at the rest stop. Yeah, at the rest stop.
They get arrested too.
And the one guy's got the heads in the bag and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, man. And there's a spot that I ride my bike by at the, I'm not going to spell it because then maybe they're actually up to legitimate, but I don't think so, because I'll come home like late at night and there's mass cars parked at this, not really, I mean, it's a public park, but not after dark, it's not, but there's mass cars parked. And I'm just like,
Outdoor orgies going on.
something. I just ride
Lover's
the fuck
lane.
by. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Just
See
passing
ya.
through. Just
Yeah,
passing
just
through.
passing through, bro.
Did you guys hear about like the armed like carjacking that have been going on in Renton?
Yeah, it's awful.
They got the guy on December 3rd.
Oh, jeez.
He's
No good.
in Bellevue.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a Bellevue kid
Yeah.
who was robbing people in Renton. Asshole. That's a double asshole.
20
You're making
years
Renton
old.
look bad. Yeah. You're
20
from
years
fucking
old.
Bellevue.
Driving our crime rate up, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a drag.
Yeah.
And just armed robbery is evil. It's
Right?
so cruel. It is.
I mean, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. My housemate was like, "Yeah, make sure you lock your car when you come in because people have been like stealing cars off in Renton." I was like, "Here on the hill?" I was like, "Well, just Renton in general." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I always lock my car because
Yeah, I got too much. I don't have to carry a lot of tools, but I've got a few things like my laser pointers.
They'll.
it's my only car. I'm not going to let somebody steal it."
Yeah,
I can't
and I've got the
afford to buy
club
it.
on my car, and my car is a dangerous piece of shit, so I kind of pity somebody. But and I recommend all of us at least get some type of auxiliary, like the club or the one that goes on the brake pedal or whatever, something like that. 'Cause
Yeah, I saw something like that recently.
it slows down the guys who are just looking to be there fast, right?
Oh, okay.
It's like if they think they've got time, and if they do have time, then nothing's going to stop
I
them.
think it's the Kias, though. For some reason, Kias
Famously
are the big,
right now.
Yeah, and maybe they're just
I think
that
Kia
easy
and
to
Hyundai
steal,
both,
right?
Yeah. Because it used to be Toyota Tercels,
Yeah.
remember?
Honda Civics were like really popular because you could just pop off the column and you can get to the mechanism that the key uses without.
I see what Todd's
Yeah,
former career was.
Yeah.
I only know this
Gone in
because
60 seconds.
I only know this because my car was stolen that same
Jeez,
way.
bummer. It's so shitty.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
such a
shitty. God,
crappy
thieves,
thing.
just stop. Just stop it. Just stop it.
There's help out there.
Yeah, or I mean, come on, just do something else, man. It's too much. It's too much.
So
Everybody that you're stealing from is already stressed out, right? So knock it out.
But yeah, the next story I have here, I guess George Clooney was in Seattle for some sort of film festival.
Yeah, The Boys and the Bow is a great book. I'm looking
is a
for.
great
I've
book.
seen
Yep.
the preview for the movie. Looks really
Did
good.
he direct or he starred?
directed it.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if he stars in it, but I know he directed it.
All right.
So fantastic book about the 1936 ish.
Something. Well, they went to the Olympics.
went to
in
the
36, right?
Yeah,
Is that 36
or 38.
I think it was 36.
30. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think.
Was that when Jesse
Owens fucking smashed, yeah.
smashed the
Yeah.
the Aryan race and all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Todd, if you don't know, it's a group of kids from small UW were the crew members, and they were just working class boys and blew all the other crew college wise away and had such good times that they tried out for the Olympics and were able to go
Nice.
to Berlin in late 30s.
Yeah.
And
And make Hitler like
Win
a
there.
pile of pee poo poo. Yeah.
So and the next story I had was about the Triple X Burger. The last one in Washington recently closed, and apparently there's, I guess somebody's trying to possibly save the place.
Yeah, I'm wondering why. I don't know if they didn't offer to sell it to somebody, or if they didn't bother, or what.
And it seemed like a surprise. I haven't done any looking into this, but it seemed like everybody was caught off guard, and then it happened relatively suddenly.
Yeah. So. It seems like a kind of place somebody would buy and keep it going.
I would think, but unless they're not making it.
It should be considered like a historical place. And
landmark. I don't know what the criteria is for such a thing, but real close, right?
Yeah.
Because it's got the barrel on top and all that. That's classic.
Yeah, just drove past it on Saturday.
Yeah, geez. Yeah, I don't know.
And
I had been there, maybe a year, maybe more, but they were busy at the time.
Every time I've driven past it, they're packed full of people.
Well,
so how are they not? Are they not doing business, or are they just tired of doing it?
Well, I think they retired, but that's why I'm wondering why they
nobody
didn't,
wanted that. Yeah,
the wife just because you go in there and it's just packed full of stuff. If you haven't been, I guess you'll never go. But it's just stuff on the memorabilia and pictures. She's like, "This is a dusting nightmare."
Yeah.
This is gonna get in your burger.
It's funny because the last time I went there was about 5 or 6 years ago. In the booth we sat in, there's, like you said, there's stuff on the walls. Like people would like post or tape up or tack to the wall like random things, and there was a ASB card for my niece's husband when he was in high school.
Oh, nice.
Geez,
just randomly stuck on.
I know that guy.
I texted my niece. It's like, I found your husband's ASB card at Triple X Burger. Does he know it's here? So,
is he still looking for it?
Yeah.
It's in my Velcro wallet.
Yeah, I haven't been able to pick up my yearbook without it. Geez, that's the thing. And Beth's was the same way, right? There's all sorts of cool art on the walls.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still.
And it's this is different though. This is like, it's not like hand drawn stuff. This is just like, articles, newspaper articles, and like just all kinds of weird memorabilia. The Beth's is like people draw the stuff while they're waiting for their food to show up, and then they tape it up on the wall. And that place got saved too, by the way. It was going to reopen after.
Yeah, because it's open now.
It's open now.
Yeah.
I have yet to go back since it's reopened.
Me too. Yeah,
I keep forgetting.
And I just don't get up in that neck of the woods.
Neither do I. But the thing I liked about Triple X Burger is they had these gigantic fucking burgers. They were the size of a dinner plate.
What?
Massive burgers. And the first time I ever went there, a friend of mine took me there to buy me that burger because they wanted to see me eat this burger. And knowing that I would probably have some sort of meltdown or something because of the size of the burger was just humongous. And they also have this rule about not giving you a fork and knife to eat the burger.
Nice.
And when they told me that, I looked at them like, as a matter of fact, I didn't flinch. I wasn't kidding. I wasn't joking around. It's like, if you want me to pay for this, you're going to bring me a fork and knife because I'm not eating it otherwise. You can
Man versus food.
Yeah, I was just like, no.
Man.
I remember it being relatively good. I mean,
sometimes too much can be too much.
It was a lot of burgers, burgers are like one of my comfort foods.
So. Anybody ever done the tomahawk steak thing?
No.
Isn't that like a 28-ounce steak or something?
Oh, isn't that like that steak place in Texas? If you eat the whole thing, you get it for free or whatever?
Oh, geez, I don't know. That's worth a trip to Texas. I'll take that.
But it's like
there's a place in Vegas too, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah, something.
Well, Beth does it with the 12-egg omelet.
Yeah.
That's that I could get down on.
Oh yeah,
I don't
good.
It's good. But, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had the omelet at Beth's, but I hear it's really good.
Yeah, I've split it. Right, but I've never eaten 12 eggs.
I remember people splitting the 6-egg omelet. That fed
I make those at home. That's not hard.
that fed like 7 people. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it depends on how much milk or having it. Because I do mine with that.
You put milk in yours? Don't ever do that.
What are you talking about? Oh yeah, no, I do
you
half
put
and
milk
half actually.
In your eggs?
Oh yeah.
No.
For omelets only.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I make a lot.
That's how you make omelets, isn't it?
Well, that's how I make omelets. I don't know.
I think the milk dilutes the egg flavor, so I never add milk.
Oh yeah. But it gives it a little more.
It does give it a little
Puff. Yeah. And, adding half and half to anything just turns it Cadillac, bro. I'm telling you, that's how I feel like a Rockefeller.
Yeah. Pure eggs, baby. Pure eggs.
Yeah.
Todd, you missed a couple of, I know we talked about this pre-show, but a couple of radio news items.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Bonaducci, who's been on the air at KZOK here, is finally retiring from the entertainment industry altogether.
He's in his 60s, though, right?
And he's had some really bad health issues.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The last couple of years, in
fact. He
fact.
looked really frail in the last video.
Shucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
in fact, I think he does, he pre-records some stuff, and his co-hosts sort of fill in the rest. And he's just kind of Sarah and those guys. So he is moving to Palm Springs, but the funny story about him is when he first came on the air in Seattle, I happened to be shopping at Goodwill at one point and found a Partridge Family record. An actual record, and I bought it for $1, and I sent it into the station and got him to sign it.
Oh, jeez.
Just fun. And he also signed a little postcard that he sent back to and said, Charles, you're in charge. All the best, Danny Bonaducci, or something like that. Just a genuine
but
dude.
Something. Yeah. That's cool.
And one of the things, I don't know if you've seen this or not, on his social media, on Instagram, and I think he's also on TikTok, he goes to half-price books in Seattle and finds Partridge Family, books or music, whatever, finds them, signs them, and puts them back.
That's funny.
He gets sued by Barnes and Noble or whatever.
And then the other one is, and we don't know what's going on, but BJ Shea on KSW is leaving the radio station. The speculation, of course, was that he's retiring because he is older. But he says, no, I'm not retiring, but I'm not telling you what I'm doing until Friday, which is today for you folks. So I don't know.
You'll probably want to go to KSW.com to find out what's going on with BJ Shea.
Geez, I don't know. Maybe
we won't know till Friday. So
one of the satellite stations, or
I don't know, because maybe he's been on the air here for 20-something years.
Oh, I guess
from the Buzz to and it's all been the same company.
Yes.
So
do you think maybe he's switching?
That's my speculation.
Stations
that he's going over to KZOK.
That would be cool, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does KZOK have more money than KSW?
Well, it's a different. Intercom is KZOK, and I forget the name of it.
iHeartRadio.
Oh, maybe that's KZOK.
Yeah. I think it is.
Well, I think KSW and KZOK are run by the same company.
They're not.
They're not anymore? No. They used to be.
No, they've been...
Because KZOK was Intercom for a long time.
KZOK has the
Or KSW, rather. KSW is part of Intercom.
KSW is, Intercom. And I think that's even the name has changed.
Yeah, it's iHeartRadio now, I think.
No, that's KZOK. It's...
or radio.com.
Maybe, something.
It was Intercom for a very long time, though.
Yeah, we actually cabled their studios before they moved over to the Columbia Tower, and it was cool going in there because it was at the time it was KSW, it was the Wolf, it was the End, and it was one other station. The four all out of the same office space, and it was cool to go through because you'd be in the KSW space, and it would be like, AC/DC stuff on the walls and gold records and stuff like that, and then you would go downstairs to the End, and it would be all like alternative music,
Nirvana,
stuff. And then you can go to the Wolf, and it'd be all friggin' country stuff.
Were you guys mad that the Buzz switched to the Wolf? Because I remember tuning in to listen to like the men's room or BJ Shea back on when they were on the Buzz, and I was listening to country music. I was, why are they playing country?
Yeah, no, I don't.
And I listened to for at least one or two songs before I realized, this is a format change. This isn't just a one song they're playing for a story. So. Yeah.
But I'm big in the history of Seattle radio, following back from Mike West and
John Langan.
Langan
and West. Oh my God,
Robin and Maynard and all that stuff.
Like they're
back
funny,
in the
man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That Leave It to Beaver 1980 and Mr. Bruce's Neighborhood was just insane.
Just insane. Yeah.
Yeah, but then, Robin and Maynard with Roy Otis.
With Roy Otis.
If I could do a Roy Otis voice, I would wear
do it
that
all the
shit
time,
out. Because it is so good.
And then Robin got into an argument with BJ, and he got fired, I think, because of it. She claimed some kind of sexual harassment. This is when BJ was, was when they were all in the Buzz. But, it's come a long way.
I remember that being a thing. Yeah,
I don't know where Robin and Maynard are now. They're probably all
I think they're
retired.
down in L.A., aren't they?
I have no idea. Probably retired. Maynard was old back then.
Yeah, but he was funny.
Yeah, he was.
Because I assume he's the voice of Roy Otis,
Oh,
right?
sure. Yeah.
That Roy wasn't a real person, you mean?
What do you mean? What? Mike?
Oh my God, it was so good.
What are you talking about?
Nice.
But,
Yeah, studio usher Hugh Jardin. Just so dumb. Oh my God, it was so good.
Jeez.
So,
I do, and I really like radio.
I do too. I do too.
But you know what's better? Supporting Our Town Podcast.
Go there, go to Patreon, sign up in the members only section on the website, become a member, man.
Yes.
Support this little
Yes. It's painless.
triage of happiness that we got going on here.
Yes.
small business.
Yes.
So I looked up some like shows that are coming soon in the next month or two or even 4. So apparently Monk has a movie coming out. Kind of a. Did you ever watch the show Monk?
Not until just relatively recently, like the last couple of years, because that's Buffalo Bill.
Yeah,
It is,
as the captain. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and it's
Tony Shalhoub.
yeah, it's a great show. It's essentially like Columbo,
Yeah.
or he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
this kind of like hapless guy. People think he's not any good at what he does.
He's got phobias on everything.
Yeah.
He's like
He's a-
a hypochondriac, and he's also
whatever germaphobe is.
obsessive compulsive.
Sure. Yep.
You know, he can't do things unless he does it in a certain way and kind of thing. And so people think he's just inept, but he's like really good at what he does. And I used to watch the show on USA all the time.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. And I feel like there's an episode with the Korn, the band,
Oh, really?
I think, and some other, where they're in like a traffic jam, and it's their tour bus, something wacky. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because Korn in like the mid to late 90s did a lot of TV appearances because they were on South Park too.
Nice.
They did the South Park's first Halloween episode had Korn in it.
Nice.
Is it a ghost pirate or is it a pirate ghost? So yeah, and
But that's something, and it's been, quite a while since that was a thing. So.
Yeah, the last season was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
It ran for a long time. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I didn't watch it as it was happening. I saw it, and I haven't seen them all, but I watched some of it.
Well, I
relatively.
may have been watching reruns then. I don't know. I don't remember when it ended, but I just know that the show was funny, and Tony Shalhoub is great in the show.
Shalhoub.
He got to start on Wings, right?
Yeah, he was like the.
Is he a mechanic guy? No, he was a restaurateur.
I think
that was the girl.
I don't remember. He was on their show though.
Yeah, and that's one of those shows that I think was, a Matrix moment, because it was on for like 50 years. Nobody remembers a single fucking episode.
Right, I don't either.
Right,
Yeah.
it's like
I remember
but it was
I liked
on
the show, but I couldn't-
Mandela thing.
Oh my God, it was on forever. Yes.
Mandela. Yeah, as in Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, it's one of
But
those trippy.
and then, did we talk about Reacher last week? I can't remember if we did.
Not last week, but a few weeks ago.
Yeah, what's the date for that? Anybody know?
Friday, I think.
It's coming out this
geez,
next
like-
week, or this week. And,
Today.
Today.
Yeah.
For you time travel.
Geez, that's cool. I don't know. Yeah, that'll be fun.
That's
Are
not
they
it.
dropping everything, do you know, or one at a time?
I think it's what's Amazon, so they usually one at a time, I think.
All right. Geez, that should be fun.
And then on December 22nd, season 2 of Marvel series What If is coming out.
Geez, well, I really enjoyed that first season.
How about you, Charles? Did you watch What If?
I think I watched one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Each episode is like its own self-contained story.
Yeah, they hold together, though.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was well done.
And then Avatar The Last Airbender live-action series is coming to Netflix. And that's not premiering until February 22nd of next year.
That's new, or that's the old stuff?
It's brand new. It's a live-action series, TV series.
Oh, not directed by M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. I don't think he's allowed anywhere like 100 yards from the place.
It was just an odd choice.
It was, as I understand, because I never watched the original series. As I understand, they changed a bunch of things that the fans did not like. So
No, he was an odd choice for that. And just like Ang Lee doing Hulk. Right, it was an odd choice.
Yeah,
It's like that's not really
that
his.
Hulk was a weird movie.
It's just an odd team to put together to do that project. It's like if you wanted me to make a rocket ship or something, it's like, is there somebody more suited to this?
Right.
But I'm the lowest bidder.
Yeah, that's...
And then the last one I have here is Fallout series is premiering on April 12th next year, based on the video game. And that's... Have you guys played that game? I played a little bit of it. I haven't played a lot of it.
Played the heck out of it.
Right on. Yeah, no, never have.
So...
Yeah, it's a really good game.
Yeah, right on.
And it's got a good storyline, too.
And it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, right?
Yeah, and I wonder if they're going to do sort of the New Vegas stuff, or if it's going to be... So Fallout 3 is based on the East Coast. It's based in Washington, D.C., and sort of that surrounding area. And then they did Fallout New Vegas, which, of course, takes it back, because the original game was in the desert, and you had, like, rad scorpions and all kinds of stuff. And then they did Washington, D.C., where they still had rad scorpions, but I guess Maryland maybe had scorpions. But they took it back to the beginning because it's desert-based. And it's great. I mean, there's so many different factions and all kinds of stuff. And it's a sandbox game, too, where you can sort of wander the wasteland and do your own thing and then come back to the storylines when you want to.
Jeez, that's cool.
Yeah.
Side quest.
Side quest.
Our town podcast is the side quest.
Yeah. That's pretty much it of that, unless you guys have something.
No, speaking of video game shows, didn't they announce a second season for Halo?
I think they did, yeah.
I thought they did. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed that first season, and it's different than the storyline, right? But
I never watched it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. Special effects were spectacular.
3 episodes, but that was the one where the Master Chief, basically the guy, sort of goes rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I got to get back into that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I should check it out. I did play the game. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I was a fan of the games, and I read the novels, etc.
Yeah, that's also
I like
very
their
cool.
universe.
Yeah, universe. Yeah.
And it's pretty fleshed out. I enjoyed it. I mean, more when my kid was around, because we would be into the same sci-fi and such.
Right.
Because I'm very childlike.
That's true.
And I think I saw sometime yesterday that Resident Alien's coming back to Sci-Fi Channel.
People love that show.
It's Alan Tudyk is just amazing and everything. I went and saw Wish a couple days ago, and it's
the new Disney
film.
Oh, okay.
And Alan Tudyk is the voice of the baby goat.
Oh, there you go.
Because my voice is really deep.
And because he's also the voice of the snowman in the what's the other Disney movie with the snowman and Elsa? Or
no, he's not. That's Josh Gad.
Josh Gad did Olaf. Yeah.
I thought that's a Tudyk thing.
Alan Tudyk was K2SO in Rogue One, the big giant black robot.
Oh,
and he
that
also
looked like a jailer Bob, but it wasn't a jailer Bob.
Right. And he also is the voice of the chicken from Moana.
That's his name too, right?
Geez, all right. Yeah. Geez, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jason, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, geez, I haven't seen, that's Frozen, right?
That's
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but...
and there's a new Frozen movie in the works.
Frozen 3's, yeah.
All right. Well,
they just announced that.
Time to catch up, Mike.
I guess you're right. Yeah, she's Frozen 3.
As Disney movies go, they're not terrible.
I thought the first one was good. It was not... The storyline in the second one was too
cash grabby,
bridge too far for me. But
that's where the aliens come.
Yeah, exactly. Suck everybody up into the mothership. Yeah. Mars
when
attacks.
we went to Disneyland, I feel it was like when the first one was like about to drop. So there are hints around Disneyland that things were going to be frozen. Something was coming or some kind of thing, which I thought was clever, but still ain't saying it.
So recently I started, I dug my Oculus 2 out. I hadn't touched it in like months. And then they have a I guess you can call it a game. It's more of like the metaverse where you're walking around as your Facebook avatar and you can go to different worlds or different maps. And somebody actually spent some time and created Disneyland.
Wow! Yeah.
And now, keep in mind the graphics are like N64. They're very blocky and very plain looking, but they have the overall shape of everything. Is you're walking down Main Street, you see the castle, you see the statue of Walt and Mickey, but as soon as you walk up to the statue, you realize it's just a bunch of geometric shapes that are made to look kind of like Walt and Mickey. So,
geez, that's kind of neat, though. Somebody took the time to do so.
Yeah, and they're still working on. They've only got
Can you go to the Hall of Presidents?
Not yet. But I'm sure that's going to be coming because right now they have like the entrance and like Main Street USA, and then like Adventureland and what was the other one? Adventureland and like the French Quarter, or whatever it's called. The area that has the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. But yeah, so it's not 100% complete, but they're still building it. It's really kind of neat. Like I said, the graphics are terrible, but
do they have games for your Oculus?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually one of the reasons why I dug it out was I saw that there was a Ghostbusters game, and I was like, I have to check that out because you use your controllers as like the trigger, kind of like with the Wii, know how you have the two controllers and you have to hold one in front of the other if you're holding like a rifle or whatever, and then the beginning of the game they show you how to use everything so you can capture the ghost and throw the trap out and whatever else, and it's a lot of fun. And they have all kinds of games, and there's lots of first-person shooter type games. There's racing games. There's even like workout, like doing like calisthenics and like yoga and shit. But yeah, it's now that the Oculus 3 is coming out, the Oculus 2 should be quite a bit cheaper.
Would the technology be different between 2 and 3 because you're down? Well, I guess the image could get sharper or something. I think
the newer system has a faster processor, better graphics probably, but I think overall it's a lot of the same stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never used
probably bigger hard drive on it too, so you can load more stuff onto it. But yeah, how about you guys? Anything you want to share or talk about?
Well, geez, I fell into kind of accidentally a new television for your ears program called TANIS, TANIS, on the Spotify. Pay us, Spotify. And it's excellent storytelling.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's just kind of a low budget. It's a couple of people, not a lot of special effects.
It's a radio drama podcast, right?
Yep. Yeah. But
I think I've been aware of it, but I've never actually listened to it.
Yeah, no, I really like it. So it's good storytelling. And this dude's getting in, the character, he's getting in deep. And I'm like, dude, you got to watch out, man. You got to watch out. But he's not listening to me because it's in the radio.
How many episodes, how many seasons?
I don't know. I just kind of pressed play. So I think I'm on episode 6 right now, and I'm loving it. Yeah.
Tennis?
What's the length of the episodes?
Under 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
So maybe we can shoot for something like that with the
Yeah, I really like it.
Our Hot Rods of the Apocalypse.
And so far, this is him, a podcaster chasing a story. So it's more interviews, and then he hires a information specialist hacker to kind of dig.
So this is like
stuff.
real life stuff.
Yeah, but the way he's blending things that actually happened, characters that actually were, and the fictional side, he's doing a great job with it.
So it's a mix of both.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's really kind of neat.
Interesting.
It's really kind of neat.
And it's called TANIS?
TANIS. TANIS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend.
We'll have to find.
And I listen to it with headphones, but you don't have to, right? Because there's some radio programs and music, etc. Just it has much more dimension with headphones.
Yeah.
This in particular, since it is mostly interview type stuff, that's not necessary.
Okay.
But it's good story writing.
What's the subject matter?
Well, he's searching. TANIS is. I don't want to give too much away,
I know,
but he's there. There's
pique my interest.
Just a bunch of there's a story by L. Ron Hubbard back in the olden days before he was L. Ron Hubbard,
right?
And this is all true. They were all part of a weird California cult with a dude from JPL. From one of the founders of the Jet Propulsion Lab, etc. So a rocket scientist, and he had this really expensive California home where L. Ron Hubbard and Aleister Crowley's sex magic kind of came to stay in California.
Really?
So during the Red Scare and all this stuff. So the guy who, Jack Parsons, who was a real human, according to and this is where, is it sliding into fiction or not? But he wrote a short story. And then this short story ends up just like being completely disappeared, except it's not. And so, it's interesting. So he's searching for missing people and a missing place and all this kind of stuff, but are they missing? It's really interesting.
Okay.
And the steps being taken to erase all knowledge of Tanis are huge steps.
I just
and
posted
who's taking those steps?
Link to this podcast on Spotify.
Oh, geez, right on. Well, thanks for taking my word for it. It's good storytelling.
Okay.
And so far, I mean, he's got me like ducking, on his part. He needs to be much more cautious or he's not going to make it to the next episode.
Wow.
Because somebody is trying to
silence him.
Yeah, silence all knowledge of this subject, and he's digging for knowledge of this subject. So I don't see how that couldn't, something's got to give.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and he's just a dude, right? So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and so far, and it's not over. So hopefully he doesn't jump the shark and I get all pissed.
How about you, Charles? Anything new you want to?
I don't know. I watched that movie, Leave the World Behind on Netflix. It's the new one with Julia Roberts. And
Maharaja. What'd you think of that?
I enjoyed it. It's got kind of for lack of a better word, kind of an avant-garde feel on some of the scene transitions and some of the camera angles and the music that they play.
Yeah.
I thought the storyline was good. I wasn't aware of the book, and the book was actually on Obama's summer reading list one of the years that he was president. Oh. So he and his wife, Michelle, actually are producers of this.
Oh, geez,
wow.
He really enjoyed the book. I thought it was well done. I thought the storyline was good. You don't know, the world's sort of coming to an end, but is it? And then
is it like a Twilight Zone thing? I mean, from the trailer I saw, it looked like it might have been like a Twilight Zone kind of.
There's no real twist at the end.
Yeah. It just kind of drops off.
It just kind of drops off. Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, yes.
I should. Okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out tonight.
Let's discuss. So you should. It's worth.
Yeah.
I think it's worth spending the time on.
Yeah. I'll watch it so we can talk about it next week.
I gave it like a B plus, A minus kind of range.
I gave it a B minus C plus. I did, but I would love to discuss this with the guys.
You've got the Ethan Hawke and the Spanish-speaking person, and I'm like, okay, here's a New York liberal guy that just freaks it, and he just like throws the whole, help your fellow human out the way. It's like,
it's a good scene.
No, I can't, and then I'm just gonna not look at it. Just no, and it's but there's some amazing stuff.
They're all very
Tesla
capable.
stuff was
brilliant. Never thought of that in my life. I was thinking about that today.
No,
there's some really. It's worth seeing. And
I'll check it out tonight.
I don't want to. And I do have some strong opinions on it.
Yeah,
not really.
One thing that I thought we should do is do this more often, and we can do it as sort of a side thing and add it to our Patreon and stuff. Is where we all watch or read or do a show or a movie and
do
then
like a water cooler.
Even like a 10-15 minute short review of it and see what each of us think about it. So maybe that's the first one.
Totally. Yeah, I'm down for doing that. That sounds like because
I know we record kind of long already every Wednesday, but if we just threw in an extra 10 minutes to talk about that, we could certainly do a review.
If they like the main show, they're gonna dig the hell out of our bonus content.
Oh yeah. Especially since we'll just stay on task so well.
You would think,
right?
I don't know, but in particular, this was a quality film.
Yes.
right? No, I don't know how anybody could push back on that. I don't know. I really am anxious to talk about this.
Special effects were good.
Let's plan this for next Wednesday, next Friday.
Okay.
To you people out there in television land.
Hey,
what's it like out there?
Just put the name of the show in the text group so I can remember what it is called.
And it was Netflix. Yeah,
it's Netflix. So it's free. Yeah, and then maybe we can jump on after that we can jump on the new Reacher season.
Oh yeah,
I'm really looking forward.
And I know I'm totally spoiling this, but I was his body double all through Reacher. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Did you
all
have,
the stuff,
did you have elevator shoes and everything?
That guy's like 9 of me. It's not even fair.
Yeah. I think if you were his body double, you had to wear Gene Simmons
his buff costume,
boots.
His boots.
Yeah.
You know?
I read a review and it talked about it being like ridiculous and over the top, and he's just enormous, and he's just an action hero, and he kicks in the door, and you're thinking that they're going to say it's bad because it's all these things, and it's like, and it's awesome, right? The one-liners, and he does this, and it's this, and it's that, and it's awesome.
Yeah, because it's not like because I mean, Stallone did that, Van Damme did that, but it doesn't have the same.
No, Reacher's smart,
and he's much more understated than any of those previous action guys, right?
He just is. He's not trying. He just is. And I think I've seen clips of the Tom Cruise Reacher, and it's not the same.
I watched it. No, it's not. It's Tom being cocky, right?
Tom
but it's fine. And if you want to just watch a cocky guy do action movies, he's kind of your guy.
I did not mind because I saw the Reachers. I saw the Tom Cruise Reachers before I knew what the Reacher character was.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, this is a good action film. It's not awesome, but it's good. Yeah. And then I find out that who Reacher really is, and I'm like, oh, come on, how could you pick Tom Cruise?
Well, because he probably
was executive producer on it. But the thing is like Tom Cruise should really stick to rom-coms and just non-action films. I don't think he's a great action hero. He's like,
I mean, they have Mission Impossible 97, right?
He's gonna write that till he's 97.
And the thing is, just because there's like 18 of those things doesn't mean each one of them is good. I mean,
are they making money though? I think that's all they really.
I think it's because his name's attached to it, and people like his acting for some reason. Because
I think the last one didn't do as well as it was expected. But those and I think the money making on that is yes, it does okay here in the States, but like in China and around the world, it's enormous.
He's
right?
big in Asia.
Well, that's because he's 5'2". Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, geez, beats me. He's so successful that we're spending time talking about him right now. Right. So he's doing something. He's no David Lee Roth.
I just wish he'd stop making action films because I don't see him as an action hero. In fact, I remember watching a movie going, man, this movie would suck if that lead character was played by Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Because he's essentially, every time he does an action hero movie, he's like Stewart from Mad TV. Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Well, Reacher the character is just imposing, right? You walk into a room with him and you notice him right away. I don't know that I mean, it's Tom Cruise, but if Tom Cruise was in everything, then I wouldn't be like, there's an imposing figure over there in the corner.
His ego takes up that extra space that his body doesn't.
But speaking of David Lee Roth,
tell me more.
Sammy Hagar is going on tour with Michael Anthony, Jason Bonham, and Joe Satriani.
And so not quite chicken foot, but something else.
Well, the promise is that they're going to do Van Halen songs. They'll do. Probably some.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do some of the Roth era and have Michael Anthony sing them.
He has already done that.
Yeah. But they're doing a big tour.
I saw them last year at Painting the Grass, and that's exactly what they did. They did all the Hagar stuff and his solo stuff and the Van Hagar era stuff, and then they started playing the opening to Hot for Teacher, and then Anthony stepped up to the mic and sang it.
I mean, Michael Anthony is an incredible talent.
Yeah. Oh my God! And they did one one Zeppelin song, and Bonham sang that one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they've,
Plus Satriani. I mean, stop it.
Yeah, they were on Howard
Yeah.
Stern
Oh, my
a
God.
couple of weeks ago, and they had just had like one practice session, and they're Howard's saying, "Oh, play this song," and then they get into it, and you can tell. I mean, it's Satriani, right?
Yeah.
But he has a little, but they hadn't really practiced. It's like this is our third rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
But he's going to be fine. But
He's going to be fine.
Hagar reached out to Roth and Alex Van Halen and said, if you guys want to come, on the tour. And so David Lee Roth, I'm in, right? Like it's going to be partially his tour. And then Hagar's like, well, I mean, if you want to come out for a couple of the dates and do a few songs.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
Roth is like, let's go, man.
And they toured once before, and it was a massive
shit show.
failure. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah. No, that's a lot of
Well, it's just-
personality there.
It's egos clashing. Who's running it? Who's the headliner kind of thing. But
Well, they switched off on the headliner, but the camps were like they had cordoned off. Like this is Roth's camp, this is Hagar's camp.
What a drag.
And Anthony didn't go back and forth. He played with Hagar only.
Yeah.
He did not go.
Well,
because
he remembers.
Yeah. And they've been
I
friends
thought-
forever.
Sure, and I think Sammy Hagar is probably one of the nicest people
I
on this
think so.
planet.
Yeah.
Right? And I love David Lee Roth. I really do, and I respect him in many, many aspects. But I bet he's not easy.
No,
I think
can't imagine.
I think he's just entirely too much. He's what they call extra.
Yeah. I think he's extra, but he for a time was the king and the definition of extra.
Yeah.
Oh man.
When I had cable AXS, and I don't know if I can find that is on a streaming thing, but Hagar has a TV show on AXS where it's a half-hour show, and he goes.
You can find clips of it on
interviews.
YouTube.
Yeah, and he goes and interviews different bands and different singers. Like he'll go hang out because he's buddies with Jesse's girl,
Rick Springfield.
Springfield, yeah.
and he'll go. So they'll go over to Rick Springfield's house, and they'll chat about what's going on in the old days, and then they'll play a song together. So
Geez, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, he hooked up with Def Leppard in Vegas, and he went out.
I think I saw that one. That was a good one.
Did some songs with them and stuff like that.
No,
So
he
it's
seems
really
like a
good show. He
genuine,
seems like a genuine dude.
Oh yeah, the,
So
the rocker dude that we all wanted to hang out with. Anyway, just a cool big bro. Right?
Do you know if they're coming to White River? Or,
I'm sure.
or
I mean,
out here?
it's going to be a big tour. So
Sure.
We
Plus,
should-
that guy has written songs that I have loved, Sammy Hagar, since I was a toddler.
We should go to that. We should go to that show.
Jeez, all right.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. I mean, I saw Hagar last year, and that was a fantastic show. I was not expecting all of what I heard. It was amazing.
Right on.
So,
Yeah, and I always thought, and this is if I were, a Rick Rubin, I would grab Dave and get a big band and let him do a big band.
oh, that would be
Kind
cool.
of- Totally,
Do
where he
like-
could do big
Just
show,
do whatever
he
he
could dress
wants.
up to the nines.
Do like the Brian Setzer thing.
Yeah, but
You know-
like a Louis Prima thing, like even back further, like
Yeah.
horns and the whole 9 yards.
I don't know if this is true or not. You guys will probably correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't Satriani, isn't he like one of Eddie's teachers?
Kind of. He taught at the Guitar Institute of Tech for a long time,
And Eddie went there, right?
but I think he did. Yeah, but
So I
but
remember
don't know if
hearing someplace that Eddie learned to play like technically stuff. Like his techniques were taught to him by Satriani.
I don't know. I don't think anybody would ever really know for sure, right? But I think Joe's unreal. That
and I
guy's
think it's-
unreal,
well,
and he has more time on a guitar than most people have time breathing. The guy's amazing.
And the fact that
It's
he's
silly.
getting Satriani to play with him, to me that's like that's what Dave Lee Roth did after he left Van Halen. Is he tapped Steve Vai and the other
Billy
guys.
Sheehan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That
Fucking
was
just-
ridiculous because it was all. I mean, and that was the '80s, right? Everybody was like the head hunting for the best
It's
young
like-
guitar
it's
players.
like-
Dio had Vivian Campbell,
Yeah.
just like
Does Campbell?
Ozzy had Randy.
yeah,
Because Vivian's now playing for
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Yeah,
Yeah.
One of Mike's favorites.
He,
I just
We talked about this
I
together.
know, but it's like if Jesse Owens started running for the old folks' home or something. It's just like. Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
That blows my mind. Hey, God bless him. God bless.
I think
Obviously.
he sounds great with them. And
Oh yeah,
and,
because that guy's amazing.
yeah.
He was 20 when Holy Diver came out. 20.
I know. It's just
20.
Nuts. It's just nuts.
Oh.
There's a movie with Ralph Macchio back in
Crossroads,
Crossroads
I
where
saw that
Steve
in theaters.
Vai.
Yeah, he's the devil's
guitar player.
So good.
It's on YouTube if you want to find it.
I have that movie. I have yet to watch it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
But it's funny. It's like I'm looking at
you know exactly what.
Looking at Ralph, like, dude, close your mouth. Every scene.
Yeah, he's
These
a
guys,
mouth
it's
breather.
close your mouth, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like this kid is really going to blow away Steve Vai, and it's just.
But the guy playing his hand parts is I just forgot.
Is it
from Buena
Cooter?
Vista, yeah, it's Ry Cooter,
Yeah.
who's no slouch.
No slouch in his own right. Yeah.
Yeah. Cooter.
Ry Cooter.
Yeah, he is a badass.
Yeah.
Actually. So.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, Buena Vista Social Club. It's
Yes.
that guy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Cuba, my friend Mo, went to Cuba back when you weren't supposed to or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And she said there's like babies in strollers who are like, like everybody in Cuba is just like a super duper musician.
I mean, what else
and
are they
she
doing,
was like,
right?
oh, like all these, like it was goo goo gaga gaga.
You're running over there as a music producer. Like, let me sign you.
Isn't it like music and like baseball, like huge?
Yeah, I
down
think
there?
so. Yeah, it's just like
Give you a
my
5-record
God.
deal.
Yeah, they don't have to work to pay for their health care, so they got time to be talented or some shit. I don't know. It's annoying, but I like the image of it. You know, just like if you go to Brazil or something and you have any 3 items, they'll build you a car. It could be like a flip flop, a tree trunk, and a piece of lead pipe, and it's like ring ding 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 a V-dub bug.
So what you're saying is everyone down there is MacGyver?
Yeah. So
Say like an alternator from a 53 Beetle.
Fuck? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I think Cuba's that way with music.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the stories I picked out for this week?
Yeah, geez, good job, Todd. Now you guys are raising the bar. I'm the lazy one here. So deal with it, people. You start paying us.
So how about you come up with the stuff next week, Mike?
For next week? Oh,
Well,
man.
we've got next 2 weeks written, guys.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah, not that I'm trying to hog it or anything, but
no.
I planned on the Christmas Spectacular one, so we've got stuff for that, and then we've got our end of year, which we talked about, and I hope if you guys don't want to do it, we don't have to, but I've got that real game of life where you can become.
I'm down. Yeah.
So I figured we'd set up an extra camera and video the game being played, and I'll just drop that into an overlay for the whole show, and then we can just talk about year-end stuff, like who died, what happened, the year in review, kind of a thing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, a lot happened this year.
Yes, it did.
Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I know we all get sad.
Yeah. And did you see where Time Magazine's podcast of the year?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's an honor just to be nominated.
Just to be nominated.
But thanks, Time. I'm the only person still subscribed to Time Magazine, by the way.
Didn't we also get the Golden Plug Award?
Oh, I haven't released that one
What's
yet.
the Golden Plug?
Oh, I'll show you later.
Oh my God!
Everybody will love that.
If you guys want to know what we're talking about, you should definitely subscribe to our Facebook page and our Instagram at Our Town Pod.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, geez, gentlemen, are we cashing out? Is that it for us?
I think that is it for this week.
All right. Well, we're going to do our top 5.
We're gonna do our top 5 next. So
What's the subject matter this week?
movie satires.
Oh, geez, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, everybody. Whoa.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.